Most agents think their brokerage is a stable, permanent thing. It's not. It's operating under a contract. And right now, as of January 9th, 2026, that contract changed hands for about 250,000 agents simultaneously, without a single one of them having a vote. If you're at one of these brands right now, the question running through your head is probably, what does this actually mean for me? By the end of this, you'll have a clear answer. What's likely to change, what timeline it's on, and what are your real options. And I'm going to walk you through a real case. Same brands, different debt structure, a different decade, where we have the actual agent count numbers. Most agents inside those brands never saw it coming. So let's get to it. Agents are always last to know. When a brokerage's parent company changes hands, agents are usually the last to know and the least prepared. In September 2025, Compass announced it would acquire Anywhere Real Estate. The deal was expected to close sometime after June 2026. It closed January 9th. The speedy closing took many in the industry and the agents affected by surprise. One Caldwell Banker franchise owner posted a message to their agents saying, "Don't panic. We are still an independent company making our own decisions." When your broker has to publicly tell you not to panic, it tells you the panic was real. If you're not at an Anywhere brand, don't tune out yet. The consolidation wave that this triggered doesn't stop here, and the mechanism behind it affects every franchise agent in the industry. So we're gonna get to that in a minute. By the way, I'm Carrie Hill, lawyer turned realtor and co-founder of Smart Agent Alliance at eXp Realty. We help agents understand where the industry is actually going, and for the agents we sponsor, we built an agent portal with a full resource stack from Smart Agent Alliance and the Wolfpack, provided at no cost to them. With that context on what just happened at the top of this industry, let's look at the mechanism underneath it, because this is the part that a lot of agents have never really thought about. Your brokerage doesn't own the brand. Your local broker doesn't own the brand they're operating under. They're licensing it, and that license is governed by a franchise agreement that they signed with the parent company, not with you. For every franchise broker operating the Anywhere brands, the term of their next contract renewal will be set by whoever holds the brand, which as of January 2026 is Compass International Holdings. And the new agreements can look completely different from the one the broker originally signed. So in a moment, I'm going to walk you through that real world case that I talked about at the top of this video. Same brands, pretty crazy. Anyway, but first, let's look at what Compass recently told two very different audiences, two very different messages. What the company tells agents and what it tells investors are, well, they're not always the same story. When the Compass deal closed, Compass CEO Robert Reffkin made what he called a no mandate pledge. No agent would be forced onto the Compass tech. No agent would be required to use private exclusives. Brand independence will be preserved. That message was for agents. Here's what he told investors. On the Q4 earnings call, Reffkin committed to delivering $400 million in total cost savings. That money has to come from somewhere. Compass CFO told investors that Anywhere spent roughly $80 million in 2025 building out its own tech infrastructure, and that a significant portion of those projects would be cut as Compass shifts the technology focus to its own platform. So the legacy tech is going away. Compass tech is what's replacing it. Agents won't be forced to use it, but it's the only brokerage provided option that agents will have. And by the way, if you're getting any value from this, please subscribe. It helps motivate me to keep doing this, even when I'm sick like today. Thank you. The Christie's playbook. When a franchisor changes hands, the platform that follows is remarkably consistent. The best way to understand what a company will do is to look at what it already did. We don't have to speculate about what Compass does once it controls a brokerage. We can look at what already happened with Christie's International Real Estate, a company Compass bought where no franchise agreement even stood in the way. Within months, agents who previously sent their clients to any title company they wanted were now routing them through Compass's in-house title operation. Why? Well, they weren't forced to, but the Compass platform was designed so that that would be the path of least resistance. That's how Compass does it. So for franchise agents at Coldwell Banker, Century 21, and all the rest, what's protecting them right now is the franchise agreement. But that agreement has an expiration date. When it comes up for renewal, Compass will be writing the new terms, and agents have already seen exactly what Compass intends to build. And they gotta save a lot of money too. Agents didn't choose this. Their brokers didn't choose this, but their contracts will all eventually run under the entity that did. This isn't the first time. Now, you could hear all of that and say, maybe this time is different. Maybe that no mandate pledge holds. So let's look at what actually happens when a franchisor changes hands. Phase 1, pledges of independence. Phase 2, an integration initiative framed as cost savings. Phase 3, reduced leverage at renewal, because the party writing the new terms has Wall Street cost commitments to meet and a platform it needs to monetize. Phase 4, slow brand erosion that's hard to point to on a specific day but impossible to ignore over the years. And here's what a lot of agents don't know. These specific brands have been through this before. In 2007, private equity firm Apollo acquired Realogy, which later became Anywhere. Between 2008 and 2011, agent count across those brands dropped by more than 50,000. Over 350 offices closed. Franchise owners paying 5 to 6% royalties found that the brand name on the door actually stopped delivering what it promised. Why? Because when a parent company is focused on its own financial obligations, agent support is where the money comes from, not where it goes. Compass just committed to $400 million in cost savings across these same brands. Same brands, same structure, same math. The agents inside these brands in 2007, well, they didn't choose Apollo either. What this means for you. If you're at a franchise broker, and it doesn't have to be the Anywhere brand, the question isn't whether things feel stable today, it's when your broker's franchise agreement renews. Who writes the new terms? Agents don't see those agreements. They don't vote on them, and this industry isn't done consolidating. As James Dwiggins, co-CEO of NextHome, he said, right after this merger closed, in the next 36 months, 3 or 4 major companies will control 60 to 70% of all U.S. transactions. The Compass Anywhere deal, it's the starting gun, not the finish line. So what do? Option 1, stay where you are. That's a legitimate choice, but make it a decision, not a default. Find out when your broker's franchise agreement renews, ask what leverage they have at the table, know the answer before someone else makes it for you. Option 2, have a real conversation with your broker. Not about loyalty, most brokers are loyal to their agents, but about what they can and can't control when the company holding their next agreement has already committed to deep cost savings. Option 3, evaluate your risk picture. Basically, whether a structure without a franchisor above the broker changes your career risk. That's a question agents at these brands and others are now seriously asking. By the way, at eXp, there is no franchisor, no licensing agreement above the broker, and all 80,000 plus agents chose eXp. eXp didn't buy out a bunch of smaller brokerages and suck in their agents. That doesn't mean eXp is right for everyone, but if you've never looked at it seriously, or if you looked a few years ago and you moved on, the conversation looks very different now. The link's below. Start there. And if you're thinking through whether your brokerage still fits for where you're trying to build your business, or you want to understand the hidden cost of staying before you decide, those videos are on screen right now. Thank you for watching and have a great day.